I haven't been recording everything in regards to assembling this transmission. I'll give you an example. It was about an hour or two back. I was lifting on this sliding shift fork collar. It has different positions that it clicks into. And I lifted it too far and I exposed the synchro struts and springs. There's 4 of them, 4 of each, and they took off, and they're pretty small. And so I was searching for parts on the floor, and it was a bit of a challenge to get that all back together. I ended up using a tie wrap and little pieces of wire. So yeah, some of you guys maybe are watching thinking that, oh yeah, that guy really knows how to assemble transmissions. Well, yeah, no, well, here's some evidence that shows otherwise. So up next is second gear. It's got these little spaces here, and they engage with these tabs here. Some oil going on here. Now I would like to install a little pin, a thrust washer, and a snap ring. I should get some oil in there. Where's my oil can? Oh, we don't really need oil there. This is the snap ring that holds that thrust washer on. So I had filed the edges a bit and installed it, and then I was thinking to myself, well, does this one also have that kind of like a factory rounded edge? And because there is one of those soft spacers that goes here as well. So I pulled it off, and I don't really see it. Maybe very slightly here on this end, but it's hard to tell because I've already been filing there. I'm going to file it a bit more and install it this side up. This is that soft spacer that I was talking about. So third gear is next. Third gear has a cone built in for the synchronizer. So here. This is the 3rd, 4th synchronizer hub. It gets pressed onto these splines here. And I have to be a little careful how I install it. There's 6 locations on the hub. 3 are for synchro struts and springs, and the other 3 locations are to line up with these tabs here. So I'd like to go ahead and tap this into place. For this installation, I want to be careful I don't damage this surface right here. Like if I would take a piece of rough cut tubing and use that to hammer down on that surface, that may damage it. So I'm going to use something that's got more of a smooth face to it, and it also puts the load a little bit more towards the outside of that surface, and I'll still use my piece of tubing here. The impact of the hammering is going to go onto the wood block here. So now I'm installing the synchro struts and springs. There's 3 sets. Pretty easy to lose one of these springs. It slips off the screwdriver. This is 4th speed clutch gear. It has a cone shape on the side. It works together with this synchro. So I'd like to flip that main shaft the other way, and prior to doing that I'm going to remove this thrust washer because it'll just fall out when I flip the shaft. So I'll take that out and set it aside for now. So I'm back at the area where that really stiff snap ring is, right here, and this is that spacer, a bearing, and I almost forgot my synchro. This is reverse gear main shaft. There it is. Now it's down. This is a thrust washer. It would go here next, but I'm going to leave it off, and I'm also not going to press this bearing on at this point. And I think that will assist me in getting it into the case. So anyways guys, that's another video, and I appreciate you watching.